welcome back
My
to
name
the
is
NWH podcast. We got a new one coming for you today. Week 1 review. We got all the boys in here. NFL Casual, Three Real, Subi Demon with a K. We have special guest Alan Rice on this week. Thank you for joining us, Alan.
Thanks for
Alan's
having me.
a Bears fan. Week 1 of the NFL is just concluded. We just saw a fucking crazy ass ending to the Jets Bills game. Galvin, you got the Josh Allen jersey on. What you got to say about that?
Dude, all right, can we get this beat turned off from my segment first? Okay, so shout out to Josh Allen for actually being fraudulent and throwing 3 interceptions and 1 fumble and damn near going 3 and out in overtime. Thank you. That's all I have to say. Josh Allen's a fraud. The Bills are in lots of trouble. Anything that the Bills did good tonight was Stephon Diggs bailing them out because he's actually a good player. But the Bills are in a lot of trouble.
I mean, the biggest storyline from the game, arguably, is Aaron Rodgers going down with what we all believe to be a torn Achilles, like in the 3rd or 4th snap he took.
Like I said, that's just a bad sign of that's a bad first step for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets this season. But they got the W. Josh Allen, my dad told me to clean his car out, and then once I was done, he asked me how was it, and I was like, it's Josh Allen. He just knew that shit was washed. So.
Oh man. I don't know. I'm trying to pull up the box score right now, but what's the Rook's name?
Number 82 on the Jets. I didn't catch his
Travis
name.
Xavier Gibson.
Xavier Gibson.
That guy who ran back the punt return, like there was 2 touchdowns.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Right, Stephon Diggs and then Garrett Wilson. So
Yeah.
It was like a really slow game. It was definitely better than the blowout we saw yesterday night. But
Yeah.
fellas, what do we think the Jets do like going into next week? You're just like running it with Zach Wilson? Like, are you just confident?
Did you watch the Jets last year?
Activate Breece Hall fully. He's good to go.
I feel like they underused them. I guess they're just trying to ease him in for this season.
Underused him, and he still had
130
130 yards.
Every snap he got, like he was just running them down.
His first run back, wasn't it like 20 yards or something like that, dude?
Or something.
Yeah, he started the game on like a 26-yard rip.
Well, who do they have next week? Does anybody have their?
I'd have to check week 2.
I don't know. We'll go through all our picks and predictions next.
This is actually a fun week. We decided we're gonna do 2 pods this week. We just wanted to kind of talk about some week 1 things we saw, just so we could have time to talk about that and talk about our week 2 picks and predictions. Does anybody have the records?
I got to do that right
I didn't
now.
go through and count it
Because I remember I picked the Jets.
Oh wait, let me pull it up. I have my Excel sheet.
Yeah, I mean, I
pretty color coded it.
While we do
All right, let's go. Should we go game by game here?
While we do this, I want to ask Alan what he thought of.
All right, we all had Jets. First of all.
All right, we all knew. Alan, what did you think?
I had the Bills. I had the Bills going into this game, and I was wrong. I feel like next. Well, wait. What are we talking about? Are we talking about still like the Bills?
Yeah.
What were your overall thoughts of this game? I need notes to take.
Honestly, I feel like you guys said it all. I mean, that Gibson kid who ran it back all the way for a touchdown, like that was insane. And then it's like, I mean, what are the Jets gonna do? Like, is it just Zach Wilson next week?
Now, keep in mind they were an 8-win team last season. Like, it is a tough division, but they just beat the Bills and start off in their division 1-0. Like, that's pretty good. I mean, Zach Wilson, like, for the most part, was pretty bad. So it's really gonna have to come from
they're gonna have to just run it.
But what are we thinking next week?
As of 4 minutes ago, Salah says that Rodgers has suffered an Achilles injury and it is, quote, not good. So I think
he's done.
I
picked the Rams last week.
Nah, that was a smart take.
There's no way he's done. Wait, there's no way he is done for the season, right? Like they're talking.
Think about the last time, like, dude, like when KD hurt his Achilles or like Kobe tore his Achilles, like
Dude, there's no way that just like happened though. That's what I'm
Dude,
saying.
that's just the NFL. It's a shit turf field. Guys get hurt there often. It was raining. There was plenty of people. Bro, there was bad omens. You can go on Twitter and find
He's
clips
old.
and tweets, and everyone was saying right before, like, oh, he's going to tear his Achilles, blah, blah, blah. Like, hours before, people were saying this shit. And then it happened. Like, they kind of manifested it. I don't know. New York's got, like, negative energy, but it's good for New York to get a win over New York on 9/11.
Well, now none of it matters really because you don't have a quarterback again.
Well, it
Zach
almost feels like a
Wilson.
scam.
It is it does feel like a scam. Like if he's actually done for the year and not even like half of the year, like that they're literally running back next year but with no quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to overreact, but I'm not
I mean,
that high on Wilson
we
running that team.
all took the Jets, and I think we like took the Jets not solely because of Rodgers. I think we took the Jets off the strength of like what we know the rest of the guys can do. Like it was never just like, oh, Rodgers is gonna win them the game. Like it was gonna come from the defense. It was gonna come from Breece Hall.
Dude,
For
that's
me,
such a talented team.
Rodgers went down and the Bills went up 2 touchdowns, and I went on my phone and I bet on the Jets. Like I never thought that it was gonna be like an exceptional offense that was gonna win this game. Did I think Rodgers was gonna make it easier? No, but I watched the Jets play with Josh Allen last year. Seemingly had his number, which is what I was basing it off of, and it showed true today. Zach Wilson did the bare minimum and got it done. I think if the Jets, what are you making that face for?
Dude, Ben just put our records next to our names.
Yeah, I went 9-7.
Oh. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. But yeah,
No, Ben had a great week.
Dude, I don't even like. Trying to see what my.
All right, what's the first game?
No
Let's
missed
run
on
through-
Chiefs. Let's just
We
go
all
in
missed
order
Chiefs
what we
and
did.
Lions. Chiefs and
All right,
Lions.
Chiefs
We all
and
went
Lions.
Chiefs.
We were originally planning to podcast after that first game, and that game, I mean, it like there was entertaining bits, but for the most part, like the lack of Chiefs offense, I think like killed the vibe. Like
Yeah.
it was like, all right, like there's not really much to talk about. Alan, I know you had some stuff to say about Kadarius Toney.
I mean, that's just unfortunate. That's an unfortunate situation. You don't wish that on anybody. You know, just week 1 getting cut. But you know, everyone in New York was talking shit about him.
Dude, he was
And
talking
responded
shit about
because you know what? And that's
last
the
night.
thing. You know, New York just has a lot of bad energy. You know, like the Giants got blown out
40
yesterday
to
against the
0.
Cowboys. That was terrible. That was
40 to
terrible.
nothing.
So you think Tony just brings that bad energy from the Big Apple with him?
The lights
I
were
mean,
too bright.
yeah, it's just been a funky start. You know, I mean, it's been like preseason week 5, basically. You know, it's just kind of like weird.
No, and
I get
honestly,
that.
he's
Very
more
odd
of
week.
like a utility, like shitty trick play merchant, like as opposed to like genuine wide receiver, which I think like they're just so fucked if Kelsey doesn't play.
Wait, did we talk about? Did someone
I mean,
say the
but
Aaron
like,
Rodgers
is
thing?
that gonna?
Yeah, Alex said it.
Yeah.
Is he done for the year? Like confirmed?
Once the MRI.
Or no,
comes out.
Ben. Yeah, I said the tweet, the Schefter
Yeah.
tweet.
It's believed to be a season-ending Achilles.
So
That's-
Kadarius Toney
that's
drops
fucked.
3 passes, and now Aaron Rodgers is done playing football.
No, he's literally retiring. That's it.
I think the Lions, like their O line was, I mean, it was very good. Like they gave Goff plenty of time. Their run game, like with all their new backs they brought in, like they were just getting the ball down the field. It feels like they really played their pace, and it was like, yeah, it was a 21-20 win, but like the Lions played that game exactly how they wanted to.
Right.
Like the
I mean,
Chiefs
it paid
really
off in the
struggled.
end. It paid off in the end.
Like they'll take that. That's a good ass team. Now I think
Dude, after
MCDC's like 0-4, or he's like 1-4-1 in week 1 now or something. Like, you know, like you got to get that one at some point.
Dude, and what better way to get it than against the Chiefs? I mean, a lot of people were shit talking that win. Dude, there were a lot of teams that you expect to win this weekend. They just fell off.
That's the thing about this is a huge win for the Lions because this is a game we could all look at across their whole schedule and be like, this is a loss for them. Now that's one they got to win. Like they
play Seattle. They play Seattle at home next week.
Yeah, like that's a win.
2-0.
Last time they played, that was a huge shootout, but they're better than they were then.
that's already a 2-0 start in a questionable division. Like
That's
they're
0-2
gonna run away with this thing. Yeah,
That's 0-2 Seahawks, in my opinion. Well,
that
Yeah.
is 0-2.
It's
Seahawks.
looking like that.
And then
It's
if you're the
looking like
Chiefs,
that.
if you're the Chiefs, like, and you don't have Kelsey going into next week, you have to utilize like McKinnon and Pacheco way better than you did in game 1.
And yeah,
Like I feel like they were trying to like force weird. Also, Matt Nagy taking the ball out of fucking Mahomes' hands on a 3rd down and like direct snapping to McKinnon. It's like what it's just reminiscent of like the Bears' shitty trick plays when like they just didn't convert on shit.
It
It's
would
like,
be
what are
really
they doing?
funny if that like doesn't work out. Him being offensive coordinator.
I mean,
and
I
then he
could
goes
see
to
it
the
not
Bears
working
as their
out.
next head coach.
he's not
No,
good.
I'm just
I
saying like
wouldn't want him.
like
Well,
his
like,
the enemy.
Yeah, they had Eric Bieniemy as well before, and like he just
They were fine.
yeah, it's like he was constructing good plays, so it's just like a tough spot. Like maybe like the thing is, it's like there's a reason why Bieniemy left. Like he wants to go call plays or whatever. Like I don't know why they're even letting Nagy do anything.
No, he should be nothing more than the passing game
Or
assistant
like just
coordinator.
designing plays. Like
Yeah, and like, hey, are these good? And they're like, yeah, we'll use this one.
they're like Andy will let you know which one we're doing.
We'll
But,
use that after the janitors play.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Chiefs are just gonna have to fucking.
I mean,
Yeah.
they'll figure it out. This happens every year, but come playoff time, they'll be the best team in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I still think at the end of the day, as of right now, I'm like, it seems like we'll get a Super Bowl rematch. Mainly just because when it comes down to like who you think's gonna go all the way, it's the best
I don't
quarterback.
know, man.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't
what-
think the Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl
No,
this
that's
year.
not the team I don't think is going back to the Super Bowl this year.
All right, we'll get to the shaky game the other ones had.
You
Ben,
don't
what's the
think
next
the
game?
Eagles are going back?
Bengals versus Browns.
Browns.
You guys
I-
saw it all the way
Ooh.
through. Yeah, you guys saw it right through.
Can I have my segment? Can I?
Yeah,
can I,
yeah, go off.
Bro,
Gavin,
I
you have
tell
the
you-
floor.
when I tell you that I knew that the Browns had Burrow's number, but I believed that he could maybe outgrow it. That's what I was going off of. But no, Burrow will forever be owned by the elf-ass Browns.
Dude, how do you
Joe
get
Burrow
owned by the Cleveland Browns?
is a fucking clown when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. He went out there and looked like you threw Tyson Baggett in there, bro. Whoever the fuck, bro. I'm sorry. And T. Higgins, you got 7 targets and you can't make a play on a ball? Are we serious? You're the Cincinnati Bengals and you can't score a touchdown week 1 against the Browns. What are we doing? We're done. We're never the Bengals. No. The Bengals and the Bills. It's never been a freer path for the Chiefs to the Super Bowl. That's my
Literally Joe Burrow.
When he's playing the Browns.
like. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
14 for 31 passing on 82 yards.
And then they pulled him, which I agree with. But like,
And they also had 20 rushing attempts for 75 yards.
Dude, there was just nothing going on against
Like,
that defensive
yeah, it's
line,
like-
bro.
They couldn't do anything. And like, I don't know.
Well,
it
it actually hurt me to watch. Like it really.
okay, so
like
I was at a game, so I wasn't watching Red Zone, couldn't see like most of these games, but I did go back and watch the Browns Cleveland versus Bengals tape because I wanted to see what happened. And what I saw, Amari Cooper when he needed to make a play was good. Elijah Moore when he actually gets the ball can be very good, and Nick Chubb is top 5 still. Like that's what I took away from that game.
Chubb
And
had a good game.
Watson using his feet, like he looked way better. I mean, there was a lot of drives that came up with nothing, and they had like a lot of shitty moments from what I saw. But I don't know. There's definitely honestly the defense was the defense was probably the standout for the Browns. Like they were just locking Burrow the fuck up. FBI, the feds are here.
What the fuck? Don't
I
do
mean,
that.
that's really what it came down to, though. Is like the O-line just sold Joe, and Joe is just getting sacked by Myles Garrett, and he wasn't able to make big plays. And T. Higgins had 7 targets and didn't catch anything.
Dude,
I mean,
Browns.
82 yards is pathetic.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
come
that
on.
was just a horrible game. I mean, it was raining, but like, come on, dog.
No.
How are you gonna get paid that
don't give me
contract?
anything. No,
How are
it
you
was
gonna
very
get
raining.
paid that contract and go out there and
No,
produce only
no,
81
no.
yards
And the fact
passing?
that he said some fucking stupid ass remark like "I'm ready to go," like get the fuck.
And Jamar Chase said, "Oh, like we gonna beat those
We ain't
L's."
losing to no elves. And then
Yeah,
and
I
then
actually
he said
respect
after the
Jamar
game,
Chase. I actually respect Jamar Chase for clearing up like
Yeah.
doing stuff.
after the
Gotta
game,
just address
I
it.
have mad respect to Jamar for that. But Joe Burrow, fuck you. T. Higgins, fuck you. Joe Burrow's basically the modern day Justin Herbert at this point. Can't fucking.
what's that supposed
But
to
Justin
mean?
Herbert's still in the modern day.
Bro,
He's a top 5
What-
QB
what-
with a cannon for an arm.
Dude,
bro, I'm
no,
not
we're gonna
go
get
back
to that,
what
but
you-
Tua
Bro.
proved he's better.
yeah, like Tua's better.
Dude, they're 1-1 against and head to head, so it's just a new season, and now 2 is better because he has the latest win. Dude,
Yeah.
why don't we talk about the literal?
I thought
the
Herbert was
literal
better like last year.
Computer-generated teammates that he has playing corner. Why don't we talk about them?
What, J.C. Jackson?
Oh my god, bro! Not you in this
We will
Justin
get there.
Herbert guy.
All right, what's
All right.
the next game? Ravens, which we all had. Ravens versus Texans.
There was not much to take away besides J.K. Dobbins came back from injury, scored, and got injured again.
Dude, that was crazy. It's like and then some guy tore his pec. I forgot his name. But like every Raven gets injured.
Marcus
Every
Williams
single
got
year.
hurt.
Yeah,
Was it
Marcus
him?
Williams. No, he had his torn pec, bro.
Yeah,
That's a
Jones
huge
looked alright.
blow.
and it's like up to him if he wants to get surgery or not.
Zay
Zay
Jones.
Flowers.
Or yeah,
Zay Flowers had a big game.
Who the fuck?
So CJ Stroud went
Zay Jones
20.
is Jag.
This is
yeah.
what I like that
Also
Houston
had a good
made CJ Stroud throw. He went 28 for 44 with 242 yards, no
Holy shit.
turnovers.
I mean,
He
that's
did
not
not. I had Pierce on fantasy. They did not run the ball.
No.
44 attempts is a lot.
Lamar was 17 for 22 with 169 and a pick. So, I mean, the Ravens defense did, I mean, a lot of the heavy carrying, as you can tell, and their rush game as well. Justice
It's a
Hill had
classic
2
Ravens
TDs,
game.
but he punched them in.
Was it just 3 field goals then for the
For the
Houston
Texans, yeah. They probably just couldn't get in
Yeah,
the
Tommy
red
Brady.
zone, and yeah.
I mean,
But Ravens all day.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
good defense. Like
with that passing volume, like the Texans should be able to win like over, I don't even know, like maybe 5 games if he's really getting into all his weapons and they're like playing lesser defenses.
or that's how they're just like throwing.
Yeah.
They're
But-
just like not gonna run it because that would probably move the ball more if they like
I
they
mean, I
literally
don't
had
know.
23 attempts for 72 yards. Like only ran Pierce 11 times. Like I don't know. That's not a lot at all.
Yeah, but
Right.
Stroud had 240, but he couldn't get in the end zone. Like, I don't-
Like that doesn't add up. That's why it's like all right. That's just like a throw job.
yeah, like
Ravens were an easy pick in that game. Like biggest favorite
Ravens
of the week.
covered.
but
Ravens
Yeah.
covered their
Minus
game.
10, they covered. It was easy too.
And the next game we got all wrong. The
Yeah,
Buccaneers at the
Vikings, Bucks.
Vikings.
I am like never picking them. They're dead.
Yeah,
They-
I'm gonna. I don't know
they-
who they're playing next week, but like I'm gonna.
I think they're playing the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh
Vikings,
no. That's,
yeah,
no.
they're the Thursday
They're literally
night
losing
game.
by 30.
But I'm also interested to see who the Bucks play.
It's Kirk.
Bucks are playing the Bears.
Okay, so this was
Oh.
a game because I
I
mean
thought that was
as
a
you guys
troll.
as you
No,
guys
I
remember
actually didn't know.
last season, I was a huge Baker guy. Loved him on the Rams. Was excited when he went to the Bucks. They look like the same exact team that they looked like when they won a Super Bowl. Like the defense
Dude.
made stops to keep them in the game. Baker kept it clean for the most part. Mike Evans when he that was a good ass touchdown. Like Baker was like, all right, he's gone. I'm throwing it there. Godwin came up clutch. Like guys just did what they had to do. It was just how the Bucks wanted to play.
All right.
I don't
Well,
know
how do
what
you
the
think?
fuck Kirk was doing.
Let me just, Alex. How do you think the Bucks are going to react when they face another Super Bowl caliber team like the Chicago Bears?
Week 2 is going to be a matchup, man. It's going to be a tough matchup. I don't know. I think that Baker.
Dude, the
I
marksman
think
called
Baker's
it.
just they just play simple ball. Like it's going to be a clean game again. I think it'll be just as close, like 3 points over
Yeah.
the Vikings. It'll probably be similar. Like they don't have too explosive an offense unless they just get burnt by Mike Evans next week.
The marksman called this though.
He said Bucks. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
had
did.
hey,
Well, not even that, but
out of-
just like how
out
the
of-
Bucks are gonna play like late stage Brady.
Out
Like,
of all
Yeah.
my bets, I had like 2 hit, and one of them was the Bucks to cover. It was Stu Finer's Mortal Lock of the Week, and I was like, I trust it. And Minnesota just didn't come to play.
no, they didn't. Dude, 3 turnovers from Kirk. He had insane pressure on him.
And I didn't think Jordan Addison would really get the ball much, and then he's sitting on my fantasy bench with like nearly 20 points, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah,
He had
caught
a
a
really nice
30-yard
touchdown.
Yeah, 30
Yeah.
That
yard
was a
touchdown.
nice touchdown.
I mean, Jefferson looked just as good. He looked fine, but then it was just like shitty turnovers that just like fucked them.
Do you think that like game sets a tone for the Vikings season? Because I mean,
Jefferson was mad at the end.
that was an expected win. Jefferson didn't get signed this offseason.
You're at home as well.
Kirk didn't. I mean, Kirk's probably not coming back.
I mean, how do you not sign him to an extension and then he does that in his first game? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
It's like a vote of no confidence, and then on top of that, he has a shitty performance. While you already sent the message, like, yeah, we're.
I would
yeah,
not.
we're looking
Yeah,
to the
I
next
wouldn't
guy
be
already.
surprised if he asked for a trade. Like,
I mean,
if they still have Kirk and they're mediocre this year.
who
Yeah,
knows? But yeah, watching the tape from that big defensive win, I think from the Bucks, like they look very solid, and they'll be like definitely like a tougher team to beat.
though. I mean, I like them over the Falcons right now, but again, we'll get into that later.
And we all had Vikings in that matchup.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
what, fucking clowns.
And then next game's Falcons versus Panthers. We all had Falcons.
Yeah, that was a simple one. Like rookie.
It was
QB.
it was Bryce Young being a rookie and not having weapons.
Desmond Ritter had like 118 yards or something. Like
They just ran the ball.
That's a big reason why I like the
completions.
Bucks better. I just don't trust Ritter. I would like that team a lot better. If
like
it's
what
Heineke
happens when you stop Bijan and Algier? Like what are they gonna do? Because Drake London's not that guy.
He didn't have any catches.
Even trying to get the ball to him.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. And then Kyle Pitts had like one really long bomb, but it was like it was I was surprised Ritter even threw it because it was like near the end zone into double coverage and like the defender had just moved and like Pitts was just able to get it. Like
Yeah,
I was surprised it wasn't picked off.
I like that team a lot better with Heineke playing quarterback, and I think
Yeah.
they'll be in by like week 4. They just for as many pieces as they have on that offense, they cannot be moving that.
I think once they start losing games because
Yeah.
of Ritter, or
Yeah.
if they do, that's when like you gotta pull them.
Yeah.
And then
shout out
next game was
Carolina
Commies.
for the pick.
Facts.
Commanders,
You
yeah,
guys good.
across the board.
Fucking
Yeah, we all had
Commanders.
Commanders against the Cardinals.
It was a
That's
sweat
like-
though, dude. Didn't Sam Howell get sacked like 7 times?
Yeah, and then he fumbled and they like got a touchdown off of it.
Yeah. So he actually looked decent on his touchdown throw, but I mean,
I
I don't
didn't
know what's
watch.
going on. I just saw it on Red Zone, so like that's the only thing I'm gonna reference. But yeah, Howell went 19 for 31, 202, a touchdown, and I mean,
They had 2 fumbles. He had a fumble. Gibson had
Yeah.
a fumble. Like you can't be making those sloppy mistakes. And like also the Cardinals, I think it was like they got points like right before the half ended too. Like the commies were just like giving up silly points. It's like, dude, you guys can't be giving up field goals every drive. Like,
Bro,
hey Gavin, I have something to report.
what?
FanDuel said, "Fuck us."
I know. I've just been taken under the weather of the fact that. And see, can I just say, why the fuck did they just take 10 years to show us the hell if they're gonna do that? That just makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
That's
Let
some
us know
heart
right
wrenching.
away.
That's some heart wrenching shit.
so they eat your heart out.
Wait,
You
but
do
the Commanders couldn't even cover this. Like that is very concerning for them. I might have been falling for the Sam Howell propaganda too much, honestly. Like barely getting a win over Arizona really says a lot about.
Dude, with
their-
that defense, they should have won by like they should have covered.
yeah, it's like it's ridiculous. What's the next game? We all knew who's
Colts and Jags.
Colts and Jags. I think
You took Colts, and it was looking alive for a bit.
yeah, it was looking good, and then I don't know, like in the clutch time, AR5 was trying to do his thing, and then went down at the end. I don't know, but like also he had a like I don't know. It's like one of those games you see and you're like, all right, like he seems
He
like
can
he's
play.
trying to do something. Like he's like trying to win this game and he's trying to make plays and he was using his legs. Like I
Let's
don't
see
know.
how. Yeah.
10 rushing attempts for 40 yards. Like I mean, that's like decent volume. And I mean, they don't have Jonathan Taylor, so
Yeah.
you'd have to think like
He went 247, or he went 24 for 37, 223, touchdown in, and he ran one in and ran 40 yards. So pretty much the Colts have Justin Fields playing quarterback for them. I mean, literally, because that's his production. So I think, there's
Michael
no telling.
Pittman had a big game.
Yeah, Michael Pittman
on
had a
11
big-
targets, 97 yards. Like I'm glad there's a connection at least with someone there. I mean,
Yeah, I was really
a bunch
impressed
of
by that.
random ass guys on that team, for the most part. So
Yeah, I sat him. I did not believe in Richardson week 1.
Dude,
I mean, it's
again,
tough,
I'm
too.
not listening to analysts. I'm not listening to NFL Twitter anymore because they all told me he was going to be shit. And honestly, he probably had a better game than the other 2 rookies.
I agree with that completely. Like it seemed way more of like a we're actually trying to win this game kind of like
Versus
play,
like,
as
yeah.
opposed to like I'm getting NFL experience and we're still tanking for a top 5 pick. Like Jim Irsay like doesn't want to tank. Like they just happen to be absolute piss last year.
Yeah.
Like that's not the culture that the Colts want to have. Like it really did seem like they wanted to win. They just got outplayed by the Jags at the end of the day. Huge game from Ridley, huge game from Zay Jones. Trevor Lawrence looked comfortable just doing
no
his
love
thing.
to Christian Kirk. I started him in the flex. No love. 1 point. 1 point. Yeah, 1
It's
point.
crazy once you get nicer toys.
Receiving,
You forget the other one.
Maybe next week he'll go back to it.
Ridley. I mean, it's funny. He was just not in all of last year, and then we see the training camp clips of him running up and looking like 10 times faster than everyone.
Yeah.
So I was personally someone who doubted he would make that much of a difference as a weapon, and he has just proven week 1 that like, hey, I'm gonna catch balls and run. And
it's the guy who sat out a year, bro, and there was no rust.
Like it's literally like, what was Atlanta even doing?
Why would you trade him? I mean, I guess they don't have anybody to throw the ball, so
I don't know. Weird situation.
I think that relationship was done in
Yeah,
Atlanta,
but
especially after the betting.
if Trevor Lawrence is going to throw to him that much, though, like he's gonna
Yeah.
he's gonna do some crazy. He's gonna do some crazy stuff.
Alan, do you have a Trevor Lawrence take?
He's looking good this year. But, I mean, I think they're going to lose next week.
Who do they
Who
got?
they play?
Oh, Chiefs.
Yeah. But,
That's
I mean, I still think, I think, like, the Jaguars could still make the wild card again this year.
So I
No.
think the Jaguars played the Chiefs twice last season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They played them like week 11 and then in the playoffs. Like right now, I don't know what that line is, but
This is their best time to win. Honestly.
yeah, like this is like that game that they're gonna that they can keep it close agast the Chiefs. I mean,
The Chiefs.
I mean,
0-2,
but who knows? I
so
mean,
many
like, the
Super
Chiefs
Bowls.
did
it was
look
like
bad, but I don't know. What's the word on Kelsey, actually?
I don't
Does
know.
anybody know?
Still, it's I guess
I
you could
feel
call
like
it
it's
week to
quiet,
week,
so I have
but
a feeling
it's
we're
like
not
Yeah,
gonna
shady.
see him.
It's Chiefs
Yeah.
-3.
Damn,
Those are the odds.
shady
Wow.
line.
At who?
Yeah.
Chiefs -3 at who?
Jags.
That's interesting.
That's a fucking trap ass line, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about that at all. I don't even like.
Dude, Chargers -3.
I won't make my prediction here, but that's
Yeah.
shady.
Yo,
Gotta make
Chargers
sure to tune in.
Chargers -3 at the tits. Dude, don't tempt me with the home dog.
I won't tempt you.
In what world are you
Did
gonna
y'all?
Wait. No.
No, we
This
gotta
is the
say
one
this.
thing-
We can come back to this.
No, this is the one thing we will talk about. In what world are you gonna suck Justin Herbert's cock and then take the Titans against them?
Titans
Fable,
defense,
Fable, baby.
Titans
In
defense
what-
is good.
In
They
what
get
world?
weird.
Close game. Chargers win by 2.
I'm pretty sure the fucking we covered last year.
To AFC on the road.
Bro,
Good
Take-
defense.
take the -170 money line and throw it in a parlay and call it a day.
Yeah, I didn't say the Chargers are gonna lose.
You said home
said it's-
dog. You said home dog.
Yeah, you're right. So that's just me being improper with my gambling lingo.
Hey,
but
we're not picking games till next time.
You
Yeah.
guys got to make sure to tune in
You
to
can- we
our
can- we
second
can-
pod this
You
week.
can say whatever we want right now.
No, I know. I was just gonna. He just made a jab at it, and I had to call him out after all this. Justin
So you
Herbert.
guys all had Jags, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you
you
guys
had Colts.
the smart
And
pick.
then
Colts.
next game, Gavin outsmarted all of us. We all got fooled. We all
No,
took
you picked the
Steelers.
Niners.
I know. I'm saying Gavin outsmarted us. I didn't pick the Niners.
Yes, you did. Or unless I
that
just
pick
put that
was
down.
close.
I picked Steelers on mine.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm never like picking Steelers.
Yeah,
fans.
they're black.
Dude, what did I say? What did I say? Kenny Pickett isn't like George Pickens doesn't have
Y'all
QB.
actually made
I'm
me
done
feel
defending
like I
him.
was
I told you.
I'm
Like,
done defending him.
Y'all made me feel like I was delusional, bro.
I can't believe I fell
put
for
it
it.
out there. I'm sorry to Gavin for making him feel like he was crazy and that we had some like secret thing we knew about that like.
Like this is what. Yeah, no. I'm sitting here, and I'm like, bro, what do I not know about the Pittsburgh Steelers? Like, did they sign like?
No,
this
they
new
literally
guy?
they left it all
I'm
on the
like
field.
trying to figure out what's going on here, but
There's
Dude,
nothing more to know about them than they have no offensive weapons. They have no run game.
They have no offensive line.
Can't hold up for like more than 5 seconds against a good defense. Like there's literally nothing going good for them.
Yeah, no, they're cooked. It's gonna be a long season. They might be getting Drake May next. No, that's an overreaction. But Kenny Pickett is not it. That's
2 interceptions on 31 of 46. Like 10 rushing attempts total is terrible.
well, I just think that this was just such an
this is such a wild
line-
week.
this
Like
line was just
Allen
insane.
Robinson.
The
Yeah.
Niners are better in every single way.
Yeah, I'm not taking the Steelers.
Like I just don't like Niners
Wait.
defense better.
Yeah, Niners came out and proved like we're gonna do the same exact thing.
O line better,
Bro.
quarterback better, running back
Pickett
better,
had
receiving core better.
232
coach
passing
better.
yards on 46. Okay, that's wild.
Like yeah,
Shanahan
that's
better
way
than Mike
too
Tomlin.
I said fuck it. It's
All
a
right.
fuck it.
Maybe in the year 2023, but
It's a fuck it, but I don't know.
yeah, Pickett had 232 yards on 46 attempts. That's like some when they're bragging about a player that scored 25 points in the playoffs and he had like 50 fucking attempts shooting.
Man, they're fucked the rest of the season because their division is also like every other team is better than them. I'm sorry I was so high on the Steelers. I'm done with them.
Yeah,
They're
no.
shit cans. Like the fucking streak is over. Tomlin's not getting a winning season. It don't matter.
It's not a confident performance against the Niners.
Nope. All right, what do we got next?
We all had Saints.
Yep.
And we were all correct.
Derek Carr era is in
All right.
full effect.
Yeah, so me and Ben were boots on the ground. I tweeted a few pictures and videos. I'll probably tweet a few more just because I took some ones that I didn't really have the chance to tweet while we were there. Loudest game I've ever been to, and I've been to 2 playoff games. It may have been the acoustics of the dome, but it was like, dude, the energy in there was fucking nuts. Like you could, and I've been to home openers before, but you could tell like they gave a fuck way more. And like, dude, it was popping. Like we got down there around like 9:30, 10. So, like we watched them warm up and everything and got to see them coming out like the tunnel and people saying what up. Like Drew Brees was there. They had honorary captains. Ben, who were the captains?
Steve Gleason, Saints legend, and Tim Shaw, who's Titan. I don't know much about Tim Shaw.
Well,
They both have ALS.
So that was really sick. They went out and did the coin toss. Like, just like everything you could ask for at a football game just happened. Basically,
That's awesome.
1 touchdown in the game was still such an epic game.
Yeah, it was a fun game. Lots of defense. Lattimore just proved he's literally a top 3 cornerback in the league. No dispute. Tannehill's probably going to lose the job at some point this year.
Like, who's doing better than Tannehill?
That's the thing, Brett Tannehill.
I don't know, but like I just have a feeling if they don't have like a winning record, why keep him? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
But at the same time, our point differential is only -1 off of a 3 interception game.
16-17.
Yeah.
15-16. Okay.
Heavy defense.
That's very reminiscent of that Bengals playoff game.
Yeah, like it's like almost the exact same thing. Like, I mean, but this is like every game pretty much like where we play a good team, I guess. Like the Chiefs 2 years ago was like the same shit. Like the Bengals, like the last time we played the Saints, it was like 22-20 or something. Like, it's literally the Titans just have the
You guys just
dumbest
hang in there.
scores. It's so stupid. I don't know, like 198 passing yards, 16 for 34. It felt like Tannehill did nothing. Like it in rushing, Henry came in and would run, and then Spears would come in, and we'd try to like force it to D Hop, and it wasn't much going on.
Yeah, very sad. Very sad day for D Hop. Chiefs probably should have snagged him. I don't know what they're thinking.
And the Saints could not run for anything, but that was kind of to be expected with no Kendre Miller or Kamara, and the
Yeah.
Titans being the best rushing defense last year. And then Trevor Penning at left tackle sucks. So that's like
Prayers.
the only thing. And then Derek Carr literally had one bad play, in my opinion. And that was the pick.
Did he have a pick?
Yeah, very bad. And he said he was like mad, and he said he was like pissed off because he was like he couldn't do anything all game, and then it's like right before the halftime, 2-minute warning. He makes like 4 passes in a row and drives down the field and then gets sacked. And then I guess he said he was pissed and like was like, yeah, I can throw anything. So he threw it into like double coverage. Horrible throw.
The player of the game, definitely who I have on 4 out of 4 of my fantasy teams, Chris Olave. 8 for 10 on his targets, 112 yards. Like he was
I'd say the player of the game is Blake Groupier Lattimore.
Yeah, the kicker from Notre Dame. Shout out the Irish. He was hilarious. He's like the smallest dude I've ever seen in the NFL. Shout out Lou Headley, the kicker or the punter from Australia. He practices punts for like nearly 2 hours.
It paid off.
Yeah, they were pretty good punts, like landing right in the corner around the 5. So, but yeah, I mean, it was really fun. Like I've never been to New Orleans before, so that was really cool. Definitely want to go back, go to another Saints game. Like that's just an unmatched energy I've never felt. Beginning of the DC4 era as well. And we all took the Saints because I think we all kind of knew what was gonna happen. Even myself, like I knew. Come on. Like, let's be serious.
Indeed. I mean, I'm going to sit here truthfully and say I didn't know what to expect. I feel like both of these teams kind of having a new look. Titans not as much as the Saints, but I thought it could be a toss-up.
I mean, it mostly was, besides what 3 Freel has behind him, that Rashid Shaheed touchdown.
Yeah. And the final 3rd down.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like, next game.
That Laddie interception was nasty.
Yeah, that was, dude. And the shitty thing was like, it wasn't. I think it was that one and the 3rd one where like as soon as Tannehill threw it, I was like, oh fuck! Like you just knew it was gonna end up in the hands of a Saints player.
And then I don't remember the last time the Saints started the season 2-0. So I hope they can beat the Panthers this week. And I feel like it's expected.
Yeah.
What's the next game?
Raiders Broncos.
Okay.
I didn't watch much of this game.
This game was good.
I actually had it on my TV.
Dude, they opened the game with an onside kick. Sean Payton needs to be checked.
No, she's not okay, dude.
I know.
I love that because I saw that stadium erupt, and I'm going to be there next week, so I'm all for it.
It's exciting, but because I think they got it. But it's
what do the Broncos have next week?
The Commanders, which should be a winnable game.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, no, Sean Payton's not okay. He needs to be checked. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on over here. But I like the Raiders in this game. But, yeah, I was too busy watching my team get a beatdown to actually tune in. I saw – I mean, Devontae only had 12 points for me when I started him. So that was kind of disappointing. But I'm assuming it wasn't very high-volume offense. I'm assuming this was, like, similar to the Saints and Saints and Titans game.
It didn't really seem like they tried to get, like, Josh Jacobs going as much. He had 19 attempts, but it was, like – it wasn't – like their main thing, like it was mainly like Jimmy G making plays, and like I was watching it at Dave and Buster's after the Saints.
They were also like they were doing everything to prevent Jacobs from getting his touchdown.
So yeah, I saw Myers get killed though.
Yeah, Myers got destroyed at the end of the game. I thought it was a dirty hit. It didn't look good.
he was getting a lot of looks, and
Bro,
he was
2
catching them.
touchdowns and 91 yards.
Devontae was like
81.
just so covered at times. Like,
Devontae still went for 66 though.
yeah, but like, dude, Myers, I had him on like a fantasy bench, and he literally had 29 points. And I
Damn.
could have put him in over Lockett, and I
Dude.
like was like, nah, like. But this makes me feel confident in the Raiders. Like, I don't know. They were an underdog as well going into this game, but I picked them, right?
Yeah, you and me got the Raiders, and then
yeah.
Ben and Gavin.
Yeah,
took
no,
the
because I don't know. I saw right through like it, and even though like they definitely didn't look like the Broncos from like last year.
Still, I don't know.
That's the thing.
Hey,
It's
Jimmy
the
G.
same
Jimmy
team.
G, 20 for 26, 200 yards, 2
Okay.
touchdowns, and a pick.
I've assessed like the main problem with the Broncos.
What?
Samaje Perine led their receiving.
That makes sense.
37 yards. Like, I guess he was just passing the ball to all. Like, is this guy's name actually Lil Jordan?
Lil Jordan Humphrey? Yeah, I think so.
Damn, I didn't know that was actually his name.
Yeah, they have like nothing working in the.
Yeah, it looks like
passing
actually, I
game.
mean, that makes sense then Samaje Perine led the receiving because they have just like a bunch of random ass generated dudes.
Yeah, no, they literally have like Madden bots.
But I think Wilson not having turned the ball over is a huge sign.
Yeah, he just
Like
needs
that-
like actual
I mean,
pass
they did
catchers
go
now.
close. I want to give the Broncos a lot of credit because they were in the red zone. If they got like another first down or scored a touchdown there, they win that game, man.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
they
Raiders
did
played the
everything
block
right.
well too.
They did everything. The Broncos did everything right. Not everything, but it wasn't the same dumbass Broncos from last year. They played a respectable game of football. They were in it till the end. Their defense made plays that kept them alive. You know, I think
Yeah.
Sutton caught a touchdown. Like,
Not having Judy killed them, so
yeah,
When is he even gonna be back?
it's like a multiple week injury. So I don't even know.
yeah.
Next game,
Yeah, what's
I think the next game is gonna be. I'll let you go first.
Pats and Eagles.
Well,
We're still like 2
Pats and
games away,
Eagles.
bro.
Yeah, chill.
It's
We'll
at the
get to
same
that. We'll
time.
get to
It's been a fairly long pod. I didn't expect it. I mean, I'm not complaining, but
Hey,
there's a lot to get through.
There's a lot to cover.
Until bye weeks come, it's low-key gonna be like this.
yeah,
It's just like 16 games is so much.
we might have to do by
the
two
the
weeks.
since like 2000 or something. I
Yeah,
think
no, we're
the
definitely gonna have to
Super
do 2
Bowl-
pods a week.
The Super Bowl loser is like really bad against the spread, and that continued this week. Like with the fucking Eagles, they looked like good, and then really bad, and then mid.
Jalen Carter. That's the only thing I have to say for this game because that's the only thing I know about this game. Mac Jones threw a pick 6, but I think who did he hit? Mike Gesicki for a touchdown.
Yeah, no.
So it got close.
Hunter,
late, and
Hunter
the-
Henry got one, and Bourne. Kendrick,
Kendrick
Hunter
Bourne got
Henry.
2.
and then Henry had
So
one.
I know the Pats were driving to end, but Buddy didn't keep his foot in.
Zeke fumbled the ball.
Zeke fumbled the ball.
Yeah, like right away.
But I mean, Jalen Carter is he's literally going to be an All-Pro and most likely a Hall of Famer on the Eagles. So that's nice.
And he likes to drive fast.
And he likes to drive fast. But I mean,
I don't think the Patriots.
I don't know.
are bad.
We will go into this.
I thought this is Mac's like best game since like his rookie season.
Yeah, Mac
Yeah.
looked great.
I think the Eagles.
got into it.
Like the Eagles obviously like started to look like they were falling apart, but it wasn't like they were just giving it to them. It was like they were getting beat by them.
Yeah, the Eagles still had to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
But Mac looked like I can pass the ball. Like we call the right plays. Like we actually put Kendrick Bourne in the fucking game.
Yeah.
I have people to pass to. Like Gesicki made some good catches. Henry made some good catches. Like they were utilizing people on offense. It was like, holy shit. Like you can actually get something going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel like they are gonna be like 7 and 10.
I'm going to go get some water. Or keep
Yeah,
talking.
I had
Or
just
7 and
honestly.
Next game, Seahawks Rams. I don't even know why I picked Rams, but I did.
Yeah, Seahawks.
I didn't watch this game at all.
The Geno regression hit, bro. The Geno regression
Yeah.
hit. I mentioned it last pod, and I was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe Geno's really back, and maybe he is like gonna
Yeah, it is
be more
week 1.
consistent throughout the year. But that was not a good sign towards that dude. And their offense was flat, bro. He went from he had the passing title, didn't he, for most yards last year?
I don't know if it was
not,
most
maybe
yards.
not.
I think it was just like
He was the most accurate QB
yeah, like
on deep balls or something.
passer
But he
rating or
still,
whatever.
bro, but he still had like well north of 4,000 yards passing. It was some ridiculous number, I feel like, especially for given his career previously.
Yeah.
And then, they come out flat and the Rams look the same. And imagine if they had Cup. Imagine if they didn't trade away Ramsey so soon. I mean, they kind of needed that to get some draft capital, but get some younger guys in.
Yeah, they have like the youngest team.
But
Yeah,
dude, they played so much better than I thought they were going
the
to.
Rams?
Like Stafford
Yeah.
just didn't turn the ball
Okay,
over. So
that's the thing. The Rams have such a young team, but then think about the vets that they have at certain positions where those guys can be
Dude.
like leaders.
At
Aaron
the
Donald was
leading their
getting
defensive unit, they have Aaron Donald. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
like
Aaron
you're
Donald was
chilling.
getting
They have Cup leading the young receivers. They have Stafford. Like,
Stafford, 24 for 38, 334 throwing to all
like
these
he's back,
guys.
bro.
Like, yeah, like 40 rush attempts. Like they utilize the run game well, like especially at the goal line with that Kyron Williams guy just finessing all the touchdowns.
Dude, McVay's McVay.
But yeah, I mean, Tutu Atwell, huge ass game. Puka Nakua. Like I was going through the waiver looking at like who I'm gonna try to claim, and like I'm looking at those guys like, damn, they're about to just like go flying off the shelf.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because the immediate thought is like, oh, like Stafford doesn't have anyone to throw to. Like Tutu Atwell is just like some guy in Madden. Then all of a sudden, like, damn, they're cooking. I don't know. It also was like a really big shock to see that from the Seahawks, I think.
Yeah. No, like I said, it was a shock. So you weren't here, but I was saying that I did not expect the Seahawks regression hit like
they
that.
started off with like 10 points in like the first half or something.
I thought they were for sure going to run away with that, but then they just froze.
The Rams just scored and held on to the ball and scored and
they just didn't I feel like last year I almost feel like the Seahawks like spaced the field so well that there was always like a 30-yard Lockett catch or a DK.
But she got hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, me personally, I didn't add them to the list on my phone, but they're kind of just do not touch for me.
Yeah,
they're like they'll like as they're gonna be playing teams like the Falcons.
They have the Lions next week.
Yeah, like the Lions should kill them.
Yeah, they should.
All right, we have another agenda war next, but it's
Yeah.
not the agenda war.
2-0 versus Chargers.
I mean, I will confidently place a Chargers future. Still, the odds are only getting better at this point.
I still think Herbert is the better quarterback.
I thought
don't
Herbert
know.
was a better quarterback
I-
after
JC
the game last year because like it was like a dogfight and like Herbert won that game last year.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was like prime time, but I don't know. Tua looked so freaking good.
Dude,
Shout out-
Tua's stats were insane.
Shout out my
Tyreek Hill
boy
had 200
Eli.
yards. Like,
He
come
said it was like a Big 12 game. Like
Yeah,
it was,
pretty much.
it literally was just a shootout where like, I mean, even defensively, like they were like both sides were just like selling at times. Like, bro, like I got Eckler in 2 leagues, but some of those runs, I was like, dude, you guys got to fucking just tackle him. Like, what are you doing? Like,
fuck it, let's just get the offense back out there.
yeah, I don't know. And then Tua, like, it just looks so odd because he throws like he's a lefty. We're just not like I'm not used to seeing
Dude,
fucking the ball getting yeeted like that, but it just looks so weird, but it's so accurate.
It seems like Tyreek will chase down any ball no matter what. Like it
Bro,
just
I mean, they were running man to man on him
there's
too.
no
which is
ball
just
far
like, what are
enough
you doing?
for Cheetah. He's just gonna get there.
the Dolphins are going to fucking run away with this division by like I don't know when.
Oh yeah,
But
can we talk
they're-
about now that Aaron Rodgers is injured, how free this is going to be for the Dolphins?
I like the Jets and their defense, and then you add someone like Aaron Rodgers, but now that he's gone, dude, the Dolphins are
Yeah,
They're
Jets are kind of just in the same position as last year.
The Dolphins might like steal a 2 seed this year, genuinely.
If Tua plays the whole year,
Yeah.
bro, like they're not gonna slow down.
Maybe once they might. All right, I love week 1 because I just week 1 overreactions, but like based on what we saw this week alone, I'm sure the Chiefs will figure it out and the Bengals as well. The Dolphins are like putting up those numbers every game, bro. Like they could easily be at least.
It's
have
so
home field
funny they
advantage.
don't run the ball.
Yeah, dude,
They
Mike
don't need
McDaniel
to
is just
win.
amazing. Mike McDaniel
Yeah.
is amazing. Like Mike could very well be the best offense in the NFL this year.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like when you're in those positions though, like they're just not playing to like go 5 yards. Like they're playing to just yeet it downfield. Like it's
Yeah,
just
just pick
so
up 20
funny.
yards. Pick up
Like
10 yards.
that's it's so intentional. Like every time, it's not like he made a read and then just looked there. It's like no, like Tyreek is running there and we're getting it there, and
But-
like he just gets it done. Like even that nasty catch he had to get that touchdown, it was like Jesus fucking Christ. So you can put it anywhere.
Dude, which brings us to our next point about intentionally throwing the ball downfield. Yeah, you want me to go first, Gavin? Oh,
Yeah, you got it. You got it. I've been
All right.
dying, but-
So I could just start with the game, and I could be like, it's week 1, but it's not week 1. It's year 3 of Justin Fields. It's year 2 of Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles. And through 2 off seasons, they somehow just do not have a roster that is capable of playing 4 quarters of NFL football, because in the 4th quarter, halfway through the 3rd even, that defense just quit, dude. Like Aaron Jones literally would just stand on one side of the field and be wide open and run for 50 yards, and nobody would do anything about it. And they wouldn't generate any pressure on Jordan Love. I mean, like Ryan Poles, dude, you entered this offseason with a 1st overall pick and $100 million in cap space. Who the fuck is on your defensive line? Who's your offensive line? Tevin Jenkins, who's already on IR. Cody Whitehair, who's supposed to be your left guard, but he's your center. But he was our starting left guard last week. You have Lucas Patrick. Like, who the fuck is that? And then you have Nate Davis, who grit god Mike Rabel was like, yeah, he doesn't like to practice. Yeah, he like doesn't show any effort. And Poles hands him $3 million. 3 years, $30 million. So that's your offensive line. And on your defensive line, you decide the Chicago Bears are too moral for Jalen Carter. So you draft Darnell Wright, who looked average yesterday. Jalen Carter looked like a veteran superstar, at least off the snaps that I was seeing, and his impact in the game against the Pats. Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy, I have no idea what the fuck they do at practice, because nobody looked in sync at all. Blocking, just trying to develop plays, just trying to scheme up their defense. Everybody in their secondary had no idea what the fuck coverage they were running. Like, they literally just sit back and cover 4 and wait for Jordan Love to pass the ball, because nobody's going to fucking get to the quarterback. Like, that worked for one half, and actual coach, Matt LaFleur, made adjustments, and the Packers just absolutely kicked their ass in the second half. And now down to Justin Fields, he's like 24 for 37, 219, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 50 yards rushing. But that was a lot of garbage time stats. And he can't read a fucking defense, dude. He literally just cannot read past 10 yards and be like, I need to throw this ball. I mean, there's not much you can say there. Like, we are fucked. We are fucked for the entire year. That's not. People are saying it's 1 week. No, the team is fucking bad, and Fields can't just be like Herbert, where he's like, fuck it, our team sucks. I'm just gonna throw this 50 yards downfield because I can get it to my guy for a touchdown, like he did his rookie year. Like, he just doesn't. He, like, for some reason, does not have that in him. I wish I could.
I may just make the quick defense on Justin Fields really quick, not reading defenses. It's literally because he is encircled by a defensive line within 3 seconds of snapping the ball.
I get that.
Like, I mean,
and then that goes back.
Look, it's the same thing. Like, him and the Giants were doing the exact same thing. Daniel Jones, it's just scramble, get the fuck out of there. throw a quick pass, and it's just like your team is not going to get anything out of that. Like it's the guys up front. It's the guys up front. And then like I mean Eberflus issues like totally 100%. Like it's like you like this is a young team, true, but like you got to get these guys on.
You got to get them
time.
ready, dude.
Like yeah, it's like no, like when
They've
like
known
they're
since
not in sync, when they're not like understanding like or,
Five
like,
white
or,
boys,
like,
but
the
they're not
Packers
in
are just
sync.
able to
stop. Dude, they've had
But
5
yeah.
months to get this team ready to play. Let me see. Let me check my fucking notes. Jordan Love in his second game, no Christian Watson. You just can't find a way to generate pressure.
Yeah,
on him.
Dobbs looks like a 1.
I mean,
Okay.
honestly, if also like I may like quote Barstool Eddie, like I feel like he said it kind of like best, where it's just like it just feels like you got cheated on. You know, like I mean, I didn't
lied.
feel that way. I didn't
Cole's
feel
lied.
that way. Like I didn't feel like I got cheated on, but like you start questioning, like yeah, like what has been happening over these 5 months? Where it's like I thought like we were
thought we were
going to
gonna-
be divisional champs
Yeah, we're supposed-
this
I
year.
didn't-
Like I was kind of like thinking that. The idea was floating around in my mind. I don't know, but like now after
fucking-
watching like them, I was like,
that team ain't
that's
winning
not
shit.
happening. It's not
No.
happening.
And I do think they could win a division title with Justin if his team is actually good. And people are like, oh, he needs a perfect situation like in college. Maybe he just needs, like, I don't fucking know, good trenches on offense and good
Yeah.
trenches on defense so they can actually pressure the fucking quarterback. And
Also,
they're not
with a
sitting back
better-
in coverage for 5 seconds at a time. So he can actually, like, try and outscore the team he's playing. I don't know. Ryan Poles hasn't
And-
done shit with this team, bro.
I also think, I mean, like the offensive weapons are good. Like Khalil Herbert, he looked great.
I was skeptical
So I mean, like
on
yeah,
him,
if,
like,
if,
actually
like
running.
if our trenches improve, like I mean, like our run game could be phenomenal. Like one of like the best.
Khalil
in the
Herbert's
NFL.
the 2 though.
He is a 2. Roshan Johnson.
Roshan Johnson, yeah, he looked so good.
Like he's very.
He did, yeah. No, Roshan
he'll
Johnson
hit
did
dudes.
look great.
Yeah, he hits people in the
In
mouth.
the
He
fourth,
runs over
but
them.
like
for
I
first
mean,
downs.
I mainly because I was at work for like the first half. I mainly only saw Roshan Johnson in garbage time, so I didn't really like, But I heard he had a good game. And I like Khalil Herbert, so. But yeah, I mean,
bro, and they're like, and then just the play calling, dude. It's just screen after screen.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I'll get
the
more
same
into
Bears. It's the exact same Bears.
that. They don't trust
just-
Fields to throw downfield. But let's let the victor talk about. Let him
Yeah.
talk about some good football that people want to hear about.
So I want to start off with the defense, which I think was just phenomenal. We did an amazing job getting after Fields and making him get uncomfortable, which is what he likes to do. And he had a couple of drives where he got away from us, but for the most part, we were able to keep him contained. I mean, putting the pressure on. Quay Walker comes back after that last game, gets a pick 6. Phenomenal there. I mean, they put up some points, but we did, for the most part, kept them contained. As far as Jordan Love goes, I mean, what is there not to like? He's making. There's a couple plays that I don't like how we're running on these stupid run plays with AJ Dillon on 1st and 2nd down. But then when we do get in those situations and it's 3rd and 13 or even pushed to 4th and 3, Jordan Love just seems to know how to make the right play. Like there's countless 3rd downs where he just knew exactly what to do, where to get that ball. Romeo Doubs being huge. I mean that those 2 touchdowns to him look beautiful. And I mean that I want to talk about the play on 4th and 3 and how LaFleur just trusted his offense, was like, we're not going to kick the field goal here. We're going to just get it done. And actually, I don't know if they're in field goal range, so don't quote me on that. But
Yeah,
that was a ballsy play that just paid off in an Aaron Jones touchdown. I mean, Love made some mistakes. I wouldn't say mistakes, but just bad throws. But when it came down to it, he knew what to do. He looked comfortable. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know. There's not much. I'm not sad about anything. Like we're not amazing. We're not the best team, but
You're 38-20. Why would you be sad?
we looked good at.
Why would you be sad?
Yeah, I have no complaints. I have nothing.
I just want to finish on the Bears really quick. That Cole Kmet is also just not enough. enough.
No.
Like getting these checkdowns. The team, 38-20 is what we're gonna get every week. I think Cole Kmet looked great, but man,
When are you
it's
cutting
like
Claypool?
Hopefully next
Claypool did
week.
not look great either.
Dude, I'd rather give Tyler Scott reps.
I mean,
So-
and I'm like this is Notre Dame fan. Like I will support Notre Dame players on the Bears. Sam Mustipher looked horrible. Like I'm not like last year. Thank God we got rid of him. Chase Claypool. I mean, like
I'd rather have St. Brown, Tyler Scott, and Bayless Jones out there taking reps over Claypool right now. But like, here's the thing: we're not even passing downfield, which is Claypool's strongest. Like, that's playing to his strength is the vertical game for him. So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe pass more downfield, and he won't throw as shitty blocks. I mean, I don't want to excuse like terrible play, but you got to find. You got to find a way to get these guys involved. You can only read them off the roster so much before you're like, okay, we actually have to like make plays with them.
I feel like it's just kind of like crazy where it's like, I mean, like his whole Chase Claypool's entire like repertoire at Notre Dame was, exploding, going downfield, and like diving and catching a ball. Like that's just what I just remembered constantly seeing all the time. You get none of that from him. Like, I mean, he looks so slow
Well, they
in
don't.
the NFL. It's ridiculous.
He does look slow. I will agree.
And
But
then, I mean, it's just like again, it's like a check down throw to him too, and like he'll just drop the ball, and you're just like, okay.
that's why if you're not going deep with him, then he's just pretty much useless. So I don't know why
Yeah.
Getsy is even bothering. Like, hey, we're gonna screen the Chase Claypool right now, who doesn't really use his speed nor his strength.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna target
Absolutely,
DJ
like-
Moore twice in the game.
I think like if you throw to him deep, like he can probably beat guys off the line, but like when he's just like juking somebody and then he's like only like running like 5 yards up, it's like,
No, that's bad.
oh, yeah, like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Gabe, you'll be boots on the ground for week 2, Bears at Tampa.
that's the second legacy game because this was already the first legacy game and they failed. But I'll give them a second legacy game.
I gotta say, Mitch, clearly his best Bears performance. We all remember that.
We do.
It was against Tampa.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope, man.
So maybe we get this like legacy game where it's the game we could be like, but if he just played like he did against the Bucks every week, then we'd be winning the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's like with Mitch, it's like, dude, he has the potential to play like a 7 touchdown.
This is next episode talk.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go to Sunday Night Football.
I can't wait a day for the next pod.
Yeah. Now that was just a horrible. I'll just get right out of the gate with that. That was
Go crazy.
a horrible game.
The Giants.
Giants.
Suck.
I wanted the Giants to win. I did want the Giants to win.
I had him.
Look, I'm not really big on the Cowboys. Just
If you're not a Cowboys fan, you're not.
not a Cowboy. This is just not a Cowboy. I like Eli Manning, so just like, and then I found out yesterday that in the first home opener between the Cowboys and the Giants, the Cowboys are 12-1 in home openers against the Giants. So that's pretty crazy.
Where were
So
you when
it's
we
just
needed that stat last week, Jimmy?
On God.
Or
Well, actually, I had that stat.
Yeah,
Gavin and Alex.
I didn't
are
have
the
the
only ones
stat, but
that
I
took
just
the
knew.
Giants.
Yeah.
that's
I
a
need to
crazy
face it.
stat. Yeah, so
Yeah, you and
for
Yeah,
me,
I took the Giants because I'm a clown, and I believe I'm a
you
Cowboys.
believe
nerd.
in Daniel
I'm
Jones.
I'm not touching any more
Dude.
Cowboys or
I mean,
Giants games.
because
Shout out
Daniel
Dallas.
Jones.
Wait,
I
shout
will
out Dallas for delivering the most embarrassing loss of the week, so we didn't have
Yes.
it.
Jimmy, what you
Also,
have to
I will
say
just
about Daniel
say,
Jones?
great job, Daniel Jones. Like, you know what? I mean, like, for what he just could do, he was just solid the entire game.
Yeah,
Even though, he's just running around like, like he's about to get tackled every 2 seconds. But he did
I thought
great.
that was sarcastic, actually, but I do agree. There was absolutely nothing he could do.
He was
no-
exactly, and he was solid. Like, all game, the entire game. Like he didn't look like I mean, like, he was frustrated
it's
during
tough
the game,
having to
but he
go out
wasn't
there and
like
keep
taking
playing.
it out on anything. He was just like each down, he was there. He played the whole game. He was good. It's just, and yeah, like he lost 40-0. I mean, like that was insane.
Yeah, 40-point
But other
loss
than
at
that,
home.
I mean, yeah, that's
Maga Parsons
team's doing nothing
still
this year.
good. Trayvon Diggs made a good play on the ball. Tony Pollard's still good. CeeDee Lamb's still good. Dak wasn't asked to do much.
Cowboys running back last season, pretty much.
Yeah, 12 and 5 season. Probably lose divisional.
And then Monday Night Football.
Dude,
Which
prayers
was
up to
tonight.
Rodgers.
now this
Yeah,
was a
that
pretty
sucks.
fun game. Actually,
It was a
I
good
mean,
game, but it sucks that Rodgers.
Dude, I just can't believe we got
Yeah.
robbed of like seeing Rodgers in a Jets uniform for a season. At
Dude,
least one
and that
season.
uniform, they gave him the nice uniform to wear.
Yeah.
Old school.
I think he's done, dude. I think he retires, but maybe not. Maybe he's like, fuck
I don't
that.
think-
We're,
I don't think
we're
he
not going
retires.
out like this.
Well,
We're running it back next year.
But it's also like conditional. There's like draft implications if he doesn't play like whatever amount of snaps, they like don't get the first round pick from like the trade.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's facts.
But Rodgers
Like,
also
that
said
could-
like it's not just a 1 year thing. Like
Yeah, like I
he wants
mean,
to be there for a few years.
I was talking about it a little bit earlier. I think we talked about like Drew Brees retiring, and I'm like, well, Drew Brees has like a wife and kids. Like Aaron Rodgers got the game.
Aaron Rodgers got ball.
He's
Like
KD.
he's
Yeah.
got to come back. Like he can't. What's he gonna do if he walks away? Like go sit in seclusion?
Yeah, I don't feel like his last 2 times on a football field would be losing to Detroit in a playoff implication game and then tearing his Achilles on Monday Night Football. I don't think that's
After
that nice.
going like
yeah, that would
0
just
for 3.
be
Nah, he's coming back.
Yeah,
yeah, no. It's kind of obvious. I mean, it's Aaron
Wait,
Rodgers.
shout out.
Like that's not how he's going out.
Shout out
that
the
would
Jets.
Be terrible.
Shout out the Jets.
Hey, shout out the Jets.
We got
That's
paid.
right.
Or I don't know about y'all.
JETS. Jets.
Shout out
Got paid.
Garrett Wilson.
Jets money.
Be showing
Shout
the
out
slip-
Alex and Gavin for the profit boost.
Shout out Super Bowl
showing the
3.
slips now. Oh, I can't
Shout
even.
out Super Bowl 3 as well.
Shout out Super Bowl 3.
Yeah,
I feel like-
you can't even see my shit. Oh, whatever.
is that a good point to call it, boys? I feel like
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
talked about the game. At
I want to
the
get
beginning.
this up for
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we pretty much covered Monday Night Football.
Yeah, there
Shout
is
out
much.
to Alan Rice, aka No Way Home Jamie, for coming on. Special
Thank
guest.
you, Jamie, for coming on.
Game.
Bear down.
fellas, I
Bear
mean,
down, fellas.
there was too much we had to say, and we were sitting in Discord. We couldn't just do it off camera.
Let's
so
just
we had to
keep in
make
mind
it
this is
on.
week 1, so I mean,
Yeah.
we're kind of expecting that a lot of opinions are going to change. in
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
developing
this
Yeah,
is
weeks.
an
I mean,
overreaction pod.
Like
after-
this is going to be. This is kind of the fun part.
So welcome
Yeah.
back, football pod.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to football. It's been great. College football has been great. We
Texas
can
is
get
back.
into Notre Dame. We can get into Notre Dame a little bit. Maybe like
Go Boulder.
maybe like I could get like a little like 2-minute 30-second segment.
Taylor
on Notre
Williams.
Dame.
Not now.
Not now.
Yeah.
Caleb
Not
Williams.
now. Not now. It's
All
already
right.
like an hour and 8 minutes. All right.
Eventually, we will have to talk college football. There
Peace
will
out.
come that
No
point.
Way Home pod.
Peace
Thank
out.
you guys for watching. Love
Bye.
y'all.
Bye podcast.